You made a plan to stop procrastinating on your creative work, one designed to kick you into gear. But on day one, you only got 2 of the planned 20 tasks done, and that made you feel worse than ever. Give me the next few minutes and I'll show you why this vicious loop of procrastination and harsh planning keeps happening and how to get out of it. And as a bonus, if you want our With Me map, which shows the 2 operational factors that make or break reliable progress with your creative work, drop With Me below and I'll DM that to you. I'm Christine Karen, founder of Good Jelly, and I work with people who care deeply about their creative work, and I help them make progress not just reliable, but inevitable. So many people try to solve a procrastination issue by making a plan that turns their creative work into a forced march slog. The scenario I described at the start of this video is an actual story a new client once told me. She spent 3 days making a plan and on day 1 missed 80% of what she was supposed to get done because the list was impossible. Not succeeding on that plan, however, made my client feel like a double failure. Still not making progress, and now she couldn't even make a plan that worked. I'd known for a long time that harsh plans don't work. They actually repel progress because the expectations are so unrealistic that people eventually tap out. But that client's experience keyed me into something else, a bigger issue, because I can teach people how to plan more effectively all day long, but even a great plan will fail for one reason: how it's being led. I'd certainly seen the effect of bad boss energy in the corporate world. Once, for example, a project manager shared with me that he just dumped work on people to see who could keep up. That's terrible leadership. But until that moment with my client, I hadn't really thought about how the same dynamic applies to individuals doing solo creative work. They are both the person doing the work and the person leading it. That clarity shifted my work from helping people make better plans to helping them become better leaders to themselves and their creative work. Many people aren't doing anything to address this leadership aspect because they aren't thinking about leadership. They're looping between the idea that they either have a procrastination problem or a planning problem or both. But staying in that loop keeps the real issue misdiagnosed. You need an off-ramp from that progress slowing cycle. And the off-ramp is this: you have to change the way you lead your creative work. And that involves 3 core skills. First, effective decision making. Most creative people I talk to aren't using high quality data to make decisions about their creative work. They're using shoulds and past precedent. What do I mean by that? By shoulds, I mean ideas about what real artists or musicians or writers or whatever creative type person are supposed to do. Like, a real writer does X, so I should do that too. But shoulds are generic and vague. They don't lead to effective decisions. Precedent can be a little bit better. That's when you say, this worked before, so I'll repeat it. But precedent is limited too, because what worked for one project won't always work the same way on the next. What you actually need is real-time data about how your work is unfolding. When you learn how to capture that, progress becomes more reliable because your decisions are based on what's really happening. The second leadership skill is how you hold your priorities. Many people don't know how to do this effectively. They make big commitments to their creative work and they mean them, but then life hits and that work gets lost in the shuffle. People often try to solve that problem with harsh plans, hoping the plan will lock them into action and commitment. That can work for a while, but it eventually breaks down because rigid plans don't respond well to real life. The most effective way to hold your priorities allows for dynamic calibration, so you can stay with your creative work even when life throws you curveballs. The final piece of the leadership puzzle is the experience you create for yourself while doing your creative work. Great leaders want employees who are engaged because engagement predicts future performance. The higher the engagement, the stronger the performance. In creative work, stronger performance means more reliable progress. What hurts engagement? Harsh plans, constant criticism, ignoring the emotional context of the work. But when you create a better experience for getting your creative work done, engagement increases, and higher engagement leads to more reliable progress. That's the power of doing your creative work in a way that actually engages you. These skills matter because when you strengthen your decision making, the way you hold your priorities, and the experience you create for getting your creative work done, your plans become more effective and your execution does too, meaning your progress becomes more reliable and even inevitable. That's the power of great leadership. And remember, as a bonus, if you want our With Me map, which shows the 2 operational factors that make or break reliable progress, drop With Me below and I'll DM it to you. What's in that map offers just a peek into the possibilities that open up once you start leading your creative work differently.